I got it. I got it, Shorty. At the DC morning show. It's like Saturday. And I was walking here to the store real quick. Walking here to the store. This place called Roses. About where I live at. Take a little walk, you know. No need to drive. Burn a half of a small order of French fries from McDonald's real quick in calories, you know. That's right. Take a little walk when you can. If you're around a little convenience store or something like that, take a walk there. Take a walk. Go to the superstore, the grocery store. Take a walk. Take a walk. What was on my mind yesterday? I walked up here. It was getting late a little bit, like around 8 o'clock. You know, the sun going down later nowadays. The sun going down later. So I was like, you know, I like to come outside, especially when it's overcast and the sun not burning you up like right now. So I said, let me come outside before the sun go down. I walked up here. My homegirl told me, she said, hey, I said I was going to buy maybe a small, I told her I was going to buy a small beef fried rice. And I said, no, chicken fried rice. She was like, get spicy lo mein, beef lo mein. I was like, all right. Actually, it's almost the same. It's actually the same thing as beef fried rice, but it just has lo mein. You know, like if you go to Panda Express, they're like, what kind of you want? White rice, brown rice, or lo mein? You know, I didn't think about it right now, but yeah, it tasted okay. It was all right. So while I was waiting for my food after I ordered it, this car pulled up with a Toyota Avalon. And the lady in it was a black lady. And only thing is, like, I compared her to my mother. My mother is taller than me. So she's getting out the car. She got up. I know she wasn't super tall, but she was hobbling, like wobbling. Wobbling, and I noticed it right away. I was like, man, you know, just like how my mother used to get around, you know, because my mother, she would always use these like shoes that you just push your feet in, but it wouldn't cover your heel, and it wouldn't have no absorbency on the bottom. So if my mother had knee problems in the beginning, how she used to choose to use her selection for shoes did not help her knees throughout the years and years that she used to work in the school system, walking up and down the halls, walking everywhere. She had these little slide-on shoes, you know, and that helped that messed up her knees so bad. I think it just she's walking and you know, and all you hear is the you know when ladies do that. Every step is that's like banging on the knees, you know. And that lady did that, and it reminded me of that. And I was like, man, some people just they don't want to take the time out. Yeah, you go in there, you don't like the price of the tennis shoes. I know my mother did not like the price of the tennis shoes. We bought her tennis shoes multiple times, nice shoes, you know. She didn't even have to buy them. And she would never wear the tennis shoes, man. She would never wear the tennis shoes for a little absorbency when you walk, you know? Not for stylishness, but just, you know, protect your kneecaps, you know? And that's what I thought about yesterday. You know, you gotta take care of your knees, you know? Take care of your knees. Especially if you're taller and bigger than everybody else around you, just about, or anything. Yeah, make sure and put some shoes on. Go into the store. You don't have to buy the $110 one. You don't have to, but you know, buy something with some absorbency in it. Especially if you had any knee problems for it. And the thing is, my mother's knees wasn't knee knocked. It wasn't like bent in. They were like normal. They were straight. You know? So she can't say, well, I had knock knees and they, nope, that was never the case. That was never the case. Yep, never the case. Like right now, I'm in the little Roses place. Roses, the place, and the shoes. These shoes, how much these shoes is? Size 11, uh, $14 4 days. And it's nice and cushiony, especially nowadays. They make cushiony shoes. Nice cushiony shoes. Compared to what my mother used to wear, man. Oh my goodness, I used to just like it. She take money, used to listen to me. My mother used to never listen to me for a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. That's one thing. Your child, when you get older, your child is your child. But a lot of times, fresh eyes see, they see things you don't see. You know. So really, before you discount what your child is telling you, take it into consideration. You know, stop, and think about what they say. Should I do this? What is it going to hurt me for one time to listen to what they say? You know, just do it. Just do what they say. You know? Yeah. It come to a situation where, like when you were young, when the kid was younger, you were continuously pulling that child off the sidewalk from running into the street. That's how you feel like. That's how I felt a little bit somewhat. You know, always wanting my son not to run, to sit back on the chair. Don't sit on the edge of the chair so he wouldn't fall off. You know, a lot of stuff, you know, just to keep him out of harm's way. And it goes like that both ways. If you have a parent that's doing stuff that's hurting their self as a child, now you forever pulling that parent back away off the curb, you know? Don't run across the street without looking, you know? Don't turn the hot water all the way on and put your hand under it. Take it easy, you know? Something like that, you know? That's what it was a little bit between me and my mother, you know? But yeah, she would not listen to me about those freezing shoes, dude. And I seen that lady yesterday, and I'm like, man, she could fix that, man. She could fix that. But, you know, luckily, she had on okay looking shoes. Now thinking about it, I think she had okay looking shoes. She could have had broke her kneecap or messed up her hip or something. But the way how she's going, it definitely reminds me of my mother. Reminds me of my mother. Test have removed her. Reminds me of my mother. You know, my mother would do things that I'm like, nah, you know, fix this, don't do that. You know, I can see the harm in it, or I can see the potential she having to call me to come help her. Yep. And so before that would happen, I would try to keep her from getting into a painful situation or a situation that would set her back. That she couldn't really fend for herself. She would have to call me, man, you know? But nope, a lot of times she wouldn't listen to me. She would not listen to me. She would say I'm complaining. I'm like, all right, then when I don't say anything, they're like, every week it was something. Something would go wrong. And I'm like, this could have been avoided. It could have been avoided. Now you're dealing with trying to get help from a child who don't like to get pulled out of his comfort zone. Now you're asking me to come over there. Not even for my mother doesn't even live far from me, right? For like 4 miles. Shoot, ask me to go over there to do something. I do not feel like doing it, especially if it was something that was avoidable. You know, my mother did not want to take. She just couldn't finish a bottle of vitamins. A lot of people can't, but just wanted her to continue taking vitamins. You know, keep up with her prescriptions. She just continually waited for the last day to get her prescriptions or something, you know. But yeah, there's a lot of times just wouldn't listen to the child, you know. After a while, your child is going to give you good advice sometimes, you know. If you notice your child giving you advice and you're not taking it, take it in consideration. Take it into consideration. If this child is seemingly always complaining about you, consider what they're telling you. You could be doing a lot of potentially harmful things to yourself. You'll be fine, right? You wouldn't like end up having to call 911 for emergency services for yourself, but if they come into your place and say, why do you have why do you have mayonnaise sitting out from the day before? Oh, you're complaining. No, the child is not complaining. That mayonnaise can get you sick. You see what I'm saying? Why are you using the trash bags they give you at the grocery store to put your bags in as trash bags for your kitchen? And now now it's all out of shape. You can barely close it. You see what I'm saying? The child's not necessarily complaining to you, but you're just doing some stuff. Now guess what? Now your kitchen got a whole bunch of little flies in there. And you're complaining to the kid about all these little gnats in there. And the kid coming in and sees the problem. No, not complaining. The child sees that you messing up. That's all that is. So take that into consideration. I need one of these. Oh man, I need one of these new air filters. I don't know my size. Right. I think it's that was. Oh, you know. Oh, it's kind of high. $8. Remember your air filter in your little thing too. Make sure you keep up on that, cleaning that air filter well. What is it? Every 3 months they say it. 3 months or every month to clean it? You have to change it. Well, that's all I really wanted to say though. Take care of them knees, boy. Take care of them knees. And also, if you got a nice pair of shoes that you like, but they kind of hurt your feet, you know, and they fit you correctly, and they have a little bit of room. Get one thing of insoles. Get a pair of insoles. Don't necessarily mean to have a expensive insole. But put an insole in that bad boy. I used to buy Timberland boots all the time. I'm like, man, I be walking, man, these things kind of hurt a little bit. Bam. Put some insoles in them bad boys. Feel great. And then still got the style look that I wanted, you know? Timberlands. And my first pair of Timberlands in 1994. Some people don't like them, but that's just an example of a shoe that you like that you can make comfortable. I bought 2 pair of cowboy boots actually too. Had them on. I noticed it like clink, 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 clink on my knees, right? I was so happy to put them on. Went down a little cowboy phase. I didn't pay attention to it afterwards. I was like, oh, hold on, these things hurt my knees a little bit. Went and bought a normal pair of insoles, put them boys in there, and bam, was rocking. Yeah, take care of your knees, people. Take the time out, buy things that insoles, buy some shoes, tennis shoes with a good bottom sole, especially you ladies. See you walking like that. There's a lady at my job like that too. Man, you know her knees hurt her, and she never wore any shoes with no good grip on shock absorber on the bottom. No shoes, no tennis shoes. She never wore tennis. Just these slides. The foot. And it looked painful. She would never buy it. But she would complain about the price of shoes. What do you think about it? You got the money. You don't have to be super expensive tennis shoes. Just you can buy $75 shoes. Like I said, here in Roses. Those $15 shoes put in. They have nice grip soles nowadays. A lot of these shoes coming out of China have better absorbent souls than, let's say, 20 years ago. All right. Well, that's about it, Jody. Oh, man, boy. Game 9. See y'all out there, shorty. See y'all. I'm looking for the what you call it in here, man. Can't find it. Had the phone in my pocket there. But alright. If I gave you guys a little reminder there, whether you're at work or whatever, or driving along, listening to the live. Alright. You know, I'm hitting the game a little bit later, shorty. See y'all out there. See y'all out there.